Hello, my name is Minister Danna, and I want to welcome you to the Zion Level Up Lunch Experience. I want to invite you to click the link below and subscribe to the Landover Campus YouTube channel. Today, I want to talk to you about God's intentional love. Do you have a song or a scripture that you listen to or you meditate on that reminds you about God's love? When life gives you challenges, do you have a song that plays over and over again? Do you go to a specific scripture that reminds you of just who God is? I like to listen to Travis Green. He's one of my favorite gospel artists, and he created a song called Intentional. And when I'm feeling challenged and feeling overwhelmed, I like to listen to worship music. I like to go and listen to Intentional. I like to pray so that I can release the one thing or things that's overwhelming me, and I release that to God. God reminds us that we should cast our cares upon Him. And that's what I like to do. I be like, Lord, this one's for you. In the song Intentional, Travis Green reminds us that love is never failing, that He's always working things out for our good. And when I listen to that song, it reminds me of Romans 8:28, where God tells us that He causes all things to work together for the good of those who love Him and for those that are called according to His purpose. There are three things that I want you to know about God, and that is God's love is intentional. And because His love is intentional, we don't have to worry about the cares of the world because God is working it out for our good. A lot of times we get so worried about our health, finances, children, and sometimes work situations. In 2019, we were worried about the impacts of the pandemic. Some people didn't have jobs, and even the state of the world. It has caused some people to get depressed. At times, we waste our time worrying about how things are going to work out. But God says that He cares about what concerns us. And we don't have to worry about that because God's love and how He cares about us is very intentional. Romans 8:28 reminds us that all things, not some, but all things work together for the good of those who love God and who are called according to His purpose. And I want to remind you today that when He says that all things are working out, all things may not be that we get what we want. Sometimes God is just going to tell us no. Sometimes He releases us from certain situations because that situation is not working out for the good. When God provides us our yes, He provides it in His time. He provides it when it's going to bring Him glory. You have to understand that God's love is intentional. Because He loves us so much, we don't have to sit around worrying about the cares of the world. We don't have to put our problems on a priority list because God says when you cast them over to me, I got it. I'll take care of you. We know that God knows all. We know that He is our healer. He is our peace. He is intentional and cares so much about His children. Because we know that God's love is intentional, because we know that God cares for us, that we can cast our cares on Him, because His love is so intentional, I challenge you to stop worrying. Go and pray. Today, if something is bothering you, I challenge you to take a time to write down those things that you want to release to God. Continue to pray. Find that one scripture that speaks to you that you can meditate on each and every day. Go back to those things, and as God begins to orchestrate His love and orchestrates the solutions for your problems, celebrate God because I know that it will work out for your good.